So by showcasing social proof and like really putting it out there and highlighting it, you're reassuring your potential customers that other people have really enjoyed what they've purchased. So you're actually showing them that they are making a wise choice. Okay, hi everyone. Welcome back to the Brand Is You podcast with me, Robyn Savage. So things are bumping and grooving. I don't know if that's a term. They're bumping and grooving inside the Brand Is You Academy. We are officially launched and in action. All right, we've got challenges going on in there. We have got workshop Q&As. We've got so much community collaboration and conversation happening. I've already been live in there a couple bonus times, reading excerpts from books that I've been reading in my own personal life, chatting with you guys, and the community is just really, really growing and taking root. So I highly encourage you, if you haven't yet, take a minute, look at the Brand Is You Academy sales page. You can find it in the show notes below and really explore if this monthly subscription is for you, because I think it might be. Honestly, I created this for multi-dimensional, multi-passionate, creative entrepreneurs who are ready to build their brand, scale their businesses, increase their impact and income month after month after month after month. Because one thing that I know after doing this, after building brands and businesses for over 10 years and reaching those, 6-7 figure points of success, what I know is that this is a marathon that you are running. It's not a sprint, okay? It's not a 400-meter dash. It's a freaking marathon. And the way that the Academy is designed is to give you that momentum, like the sports gel packs that you see runners having while they're like on the marathon track. It's to keep you going. It's to keep you energized. It's to keep you on track. It's to keep your skills fresh and evolving. So if that sounds like you, yeah, I could use accountability. Yeah, I could use the ongoing lessons and coaching and mentorship and collaboration, then check out the Academy and come on in. You get 50% off your first month when you join, and there are a whole lot of resources there that you are just going to absolutely love, all right? So other than that, we're just bopping along over here. Honestly, February is feeling really good, and I'm hoping that you're feeling the same. I'm hoping you're feeling a sense of aliveness in your work and that your life is inspiring you as well, creatively, and that your life is just full of love right now. But let's get down to business, because that's what we're here for. The brand is you, and it's time to become it. So today we're talking about social proof. We're talking about how social proof will help you sell. All right. Now, I believe that social proof is the number one way to sell your products and services. Today, I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to tell you one of my favorite ways to share social proof that's actually really, really easy, but I have found it super effective. All right. So stay tuned for that. And for now, let's just talk about what social proof is and how it's really going to support you. All right. So social proof builds trust and credibility. All right, that's what it's going to do for you. And this is really important if you want people to buy from you, especially as your price points increase. Takes people more trust and more credibility in you to pay more money. Okay, so if your offers are $50, then you require $50 worth of trust and credibility. If your offers are $50,000, then you require that much more trust and credibility. So the more social proof you have, the more trust and credibility you are going to gain with your audience, all right? And this is like one of the most important things that you can do to get people over that hump from audience to paying customer, all right? So social proof is going to provide evidence that other people in your world have had positive experiences working with you, that they like what you do, that it worked, that it gives them a positive feeling, or that it solved their problem. Okay, so when you start to collect social proof, testimonials, feedback of client experiences, and share them with the world, there's a million other people that now have access to the information that, oh, Tammy is saying that Robyn's product actually works. Joe is saying that he actually really loved that lamp. Raj is saying that that course really helped him get where he wanted to go. And all of a sudden, you're not only hearing it from me, the maker of the mug or the teacher in the course, you're hearing it from someone outside of the business who has bought it, purchased it, consumed it, used it, and had a positive experience, which is likely the same experience that you want for yourself. So we tend to trust people who have used the product more than we trust the person selling the product. And if you think about this, it makes sense because me as the creator inside The Brand Is You, I'm banking on The Brand Is You to work. I'm banking on this podcast aligning with people and resonating with people and giving value to people. I'm banking on people buying my one-to-ones and joining the academy so that I can continue to do the work that I'm doing in this world. But when Tammy or Joe or Raj leave a message that says, oh my gosh, I loved this, there's nothing riding on that feedback for them. That's just their personal experience. So now when my audience hears their experience, it doesn't feel like it's coming with any sense of ulterior motive, right? It's just like, oh wow, other people like this too. So now they're hearing it from person to person rather than business to person. So this is a really great way of marketing because it's more human. Right? It's more connected. It's like bringing our product and service into the hands of people and then hearing the feedback from the people who are actually using it, not the people who created it. Okay? So people are a lot more likely to trust recommendations from their peers, from other people in their community, rather than promotional messaging. And I think that this is really important to remember because as entrepreneurs, we're also the content creator. We're also the marketing department. We're also the advertisers. So you're carrying all of these roles, but I would invite you to get really strategic in the way that you do your marketing and do your promotions and advertising to actually use the feedback and kind of engage with your audience and your soul clients to see like, what's your experience of this? Right? How do you feel about this? Because then you're engaging that peer-to-peer response rather than asking your audience to rely solely on the promotions and the marketing to buy. And this is a really, really, really important thing as we've just noted. Okay? So by showcasing social proof and like really putting it out there and highlighting it, you're reassuring your potential customers that other people have really enjoyed what they've purchased. So you're actually showing them that they are making a wise choice. So this checks a lot of boxes, right? So far, you're listening to this and you're like, yeah, I can see how this would be super beneficial. I can see how social proof could really work in getting my audience to understand that my product or my service is highly valuable and beneficial, okay? Secondly, social proof is going to help your audience reduce the level of risk they feel like they're taking when they purchase because they're seeing social proof and evidence that it worked for other people. So you're mitigating that risk for them, okay? So higher conversion rates happen when the risk is lower. So if they see 100 people have bought your course and all 100 of those people are raving about it, then it's taking away the level of risk that your audience feels when they go to purchase it because they have 100 other people who say that it really does work and it really is awesome and it really does do all of the things the sales page says it does. So now you're going to make your soul clients feel more comfortable as they complete the purchase and move into your business, which is giant check mark. All right. Now, the last thing I want to say about this, and this really resonated with me when I was researching social proof and really looking at how it's worked in my own business. Social proof kind of starts a trend. Okay, so if you think about the way a trend works, it's like you see someone doing something that you might like. And then you see another person doing it and another person. You're like, oh my gosh, okay. And it builds this energetic momentum, and it builds this sort of flow of behavior and people all trying on this trend. And so when we instigate social proof and when we share client feedback and we start this trend of like, look, Tammy liked it, Joe liked it, Raj liked it, Monique liked it. Like, it starts this to build momentum and to build this sort of trend where all of a sudden other people are like, yep, I'm going to do it. Yep, I'm going to try that. Yep, I'm jumping in on this trend. So when potential customers, when people in your audience who are like, sitting on the fence trying to determine whether or not they're going to buy, when they see that others are endorsing and recommending a product or service, it creates this phenomenon for them known as the bandwagon effect. Okay, so people are going to jump on that bandwagon when they see something working for other people in their industry or for people who have the same sets of needs as they do. So they're going to jump off the fence and join that crowd of people who are taking that action because the social proof says it works, it works, it works. I like it. I love it. I need it. More, please. Yes, please. All right. So you're stimulating like the energy, you're growing the energy around your products and services when it's not just you promoting it, but when all of a sudden there's this like whole community of people who are like, I'm in. Yes, I love this. You need this. You got to try this. This solves my problem. This helped me get this. This makes me feel like this. Okay? So I understand that a lot of you, if you are just starting out in your brand or business, if you're launching something brand new and you don't have testimonials or feedback yet, you may be thinking to yourself, cool, Rob, love the sounds of this, but I don't have any client feedback. I don't have any testimonials. Well, I have some advice for you, okay? You will notice if you are in the academy, if you are in my mastermind, if you are attending one of my workshops, one of the things I say the most is please email our team directly with any feedback, whether it is positive feedback, whether it's an aha moment you had, or whether it's critical feedback, constructive feedback on how I could get better at my job. Please let me know. Please email us directly and let us know what your experience was like, okay? I literally just ask, and it is that simple. And we often get a handful of people messaging saying, this was my aha moment. This was my favorite piece of the workshop. I love how you deliver your information so clearly and in ways that are practical that I can actually understand. Okay? So then I can take those email responses, I can take that feedback and I can do two things with it. Number one, I can share it as testimonials on my website, on my social, on my Instagram stories. I can do Instagram story highlights to highlight the client love and testimonials. And I can use that feedback to get better at what I do to increase the client experience so that I can continue to get better at what I do. And in this process, by the way, I'm building my relationships with people in my world, and I'm opening up lines of communication to say, hey, if you loved this, let me know. If you thought there were things I could do better, let me know. If you didn't think that this gave you the answers that you needed, also let me know and I'll address that for you. So I'm deepening my client relationships by actually inviting this conversation. And I think a lot of leaders avoid this because it's vulnerable to ask for feedback, right? They'd rather not know if they did something wrong or if there was something that they could improve. They'd rather just keep their blinders on and keep going. But the thing is, once we have client feedback, it's our responsibility to do something about it, right? So if you are going to take that approach and ask people for feedback, then absolutely be prepared to receive feedback that is constructive and that is maybe not exactly what you wanted to hear, but trust me when I say it's going to help you in the long run, okay? Another way that I love to collect social proof, this is really natural and organic. I love to share DMs that people have sent me in my Instagram feed. So I just shared one today that was someone who sent me a message saying like, oh, I just watched your latest podcast. Actually, she said potty. She's from Australia. just watched your latest potty and I can't believe how much gold there is in that episode. It was amazing. So I take a screenshot of that DM, okay? And then I share that screenshot in my Instagram stories with the link to go watch my latest podcast episode. Because now it's Alexa showing you that she thought that this podcast was worth its weight in gold. It's not me saying to you, hello, go watch my latest podcast. And it's so much, there's so much gold in there. You're going to freaking love it. Now I have social proof that someone else also thought that that podcast episode was gold. And now you are going to be inspired to jump on that bandwagon and go listen because there's perceived value there. Okay? So you can create an open space in your brand for these types of conversations. Like you can ask your audience on an Instagram story poll. You can ask your audience in an Instagram post. Like, what do you guys think about this? Do you get a lot of value from my content? What did you think about the latest podcast episode? Hey, tell me what your biggest aha moment was when you listened to my last workshop, or what was your biggest takeaway from your last month inside the Brand Is You Academy? And you can use these questions to actually activate social proof, okay? A lot of people will just wait for testimonials to come in, like, la da da, I'm just gonna sit here and wait for people to tell me how awesome I am and how much they love my work and how much they like me, la da 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 da. But if you actively start to engage with your audience and have these conversations, I can 1000% guarantee you that you will collect testimonials and feedback at a much faster rate, and you'll be given more opportunities to see the gaps in your leadership or in your work and to get better at your job. So, what do you say? Give social proof a chance and really, really get strategic about it, okay? I think it's the number one way to sell, honestly. I think that we see it in the psychology of sales and how people buy. I think we see it in the way that communities like to come together. I think we see it in the way that trends actually form and how energy builds. And I want you to play with it. So let me know how this works for you. Let me know what your favorite part of this episode was. Comment on the video if you're watching on YouTube. Go share it on your socials. Go tell people that this is something that you want to work on and really start a conversation about it with your audience. I love you so much. I hope to see you inside the Brand Is You Academy. We are truly doing so much work together inside that space to build your brand and scale your business. And I can't wait to get to know you. So I'll see you back here next week, and I'll see you inside the Brand Is You Academy whenever you hit join now. Love you. See you soon.